Have you ever thought about what a perfect day for you is? Just try to imagine that, For me personally, a perfect day is a day where I train, go to the gym, meditate, eat perfect, whatever that means. Um, Journal, read a book, talk to my grandma, to my parents, do something good in the world, take a walk. It's a lot of things, and I'm not covering the entire list. This is really difficult, I mean, to accomplish. And I had to try and recollect how many perfect days I've had in my entire life. And I could not get to more than 3 or 4, So a perfect day should be like 9.5, 10 points on a 10-point scale. So it's really difficult to achieve, because let's be honest, we all have work to do. We get distracted. We get a call from someone, or the bank calls you, as they did today for me, and the entire day goes to shit if you don't have a good system, that is. So recently, actually the day before yesterday, I discovered a really cool hack. And now that I discovered it, it's well known. People have been telling me about it for the longest time. I just didn't implement it. And I'm a pretty productive guy, don't get me wrong, right? I study a lot, work out, work on my business and all that. And I managed to do pretty well. But for some reason, you just cannot hit that perfect day, where you want to do everything you want to do with everyone, with whoever you want to do it. And this little tweak here just completely changed the game for me, because I had a perfect day yesterday, just one day after implementing this hack. And what is the hack, you might ask? It's super simple. Just schedule your day in a Google Calendar. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but what I did was, okay, when do I go to sleep? Okay, 10 p.m. Let's do that. When do I wake up? 6 a.m. Very good. So 10 to 6, we sleep, right? We go to bed at 10 p.m. 6 to 6:10, maybe it's beauty procedure. Wash your face, brush your teeth, and that's it, and then you keep on stacking that. And the funny thing is, I didn't even fill out my entire day, and I was still able to make it a perfect day, right? Just because I had gained this momentum, the first 2, 3, 4 hours into the day, I had managed to basically tick off each box, and it worked beautifully, right? And here's a funny thing I discovered, who here likes cleaning? I certainly don't like it. I consider it a waste of time. But I found, niftily, that if I schedule cleaning, like cleaning the house, like mopping the floor, doing the dishes, dust, getting the dust off, if I schedule that right after I leave the bathroom, so it's 6 a.m. until 6:10 in the bathroom, 6:10 to 6:20, let's say, I clean, right? For some reason, for me personally, you have to find your own way, but for me, this gives me energy to then get into my most productive block, right? Because if I wake up, I'm kind of sleepy, I wash my face, and then I'm not really in the mood to do, deep work, as it's now called. But after I clean, like I exercise some motion, with my hands. I move around, clean the floor, sweep it, whatever. For some reason, the energy changes in my body. And then just 10 minutes later, I'm able to sit down and do the important work of the day. In my case, it's writing. I'm on Twitter, writing threads, comments, whatever. For you, might be something totally different. But the point is, this actually worked. So I didn't need motivation. I do rely on discipline, but until now, until yesterday, I did rely on discipline. But this solidified my habit. And so try and picture your perfect day. Who do you want to become, right? What does the person you aspire to be do on a daily basis? And then just schedule that into your calendar. And I have a cool example here. Not a cool example, but just an example, right? Imagine then you're like a 20-year-old kid, or maybe you are a 20-year-old guy in college or school or whatever. what does your perfect day look like, right? You might be watching porn or playing video games or eating junk food. These are pretty popular trends nowadays where, it's just, yeah, super popular to do that. And is this really the perfect vision of yourself? Is this what you want to be doing? And the point I'm trying to make is, okay, so if you're that kind of a person where you don't have a vision for yourself, you don't have an overarching goal, where or what should you put into your calendar? And so before you even have a calendar, you need to have some sort of a goal that you're moving towards, obviously. Otherwise, of course, you can put into your calendar like, okay, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., I'll be wasting time or just play video games. That's totally doable if that's what you want to do, right? But try to schedule that. It will give you a sense of order, a sense of discipline, and it really will skyrocket your progress in whatever direction you want to be developing in, right? Doesn't matter if you have a full-time job, schedule that in, and then schedule the, okay, I have time with my family, cool, schedule that in. Then work on a side project, schedule that in for an hour. And personally, I think this really gives me a sense of fulfillment, sense of discipline. And yeah, now my calendar is actually full. Otherwise, it was just 2 days ago, it was empty. And the feeling is great because, when you're not feeling motivated, but you get that notification on the phone that, okay, now it's time to crack down and just do the work, you just sit down and do it, even though you don't want to do it, but you have a system that keeps you accountable. And yeah, I think this is a great tool. I'll be just using that from now on, and hope you like it. Time to implement it. Good luck.